I was trying to learn your language. He said, yes. I said, listen, if I'm making a mistake, if I'm murdering your language, please forgive me. He says, all right, all right. I said, listen, apiata basin, viyakilik ith, apiati nunu quick tijal an nashajin. He's done. You know, me, I'm supposed to be an enemy. He goes, are you Dinka? That means I'm at war. I want to fight you. You Dinka, you're fighting my people? I'm a Muslim, you can see that. You want to fight? I don't want to fight. I said, I'm trying to learn your language. And we all love our language. They're sweet. Wallah, the sweetest thing is our own mother tongue. Whatever language it is, however silly it sounds. Your language, my language, to me, the sweetest language on earth. My own, Gujarati. To you, maybe Urdu, Arabic. But my language, I love it. So I repeat this to the Dinka, the potter. He corrected me, some pronunciation. So I'm asking him, you people before the white man came, who Christianized them. This guy's a Christian. He's a Roman Catholic. I said, before the white man came, did you have a concept of God? Did you people believe in God? He said, yes. I said, what do you call him? What is the name of God? He said, Nihalik. Nihalik. The Dinka fellows. Nihalik. His name is Nihalik. I said, have you got a statue of him? An image, an idol? He said, no. I said, why not? Couldn't you carve out of wood the shape of a man or a monkey or an elephant or a snake? He said, yes. Or out of clay, could you not have formed a statue? He said, yes. Then I said, why didn't you do it? Why didn't your people make a statue of your God? He says, sir, how can you make a statue of light? He is light. And you call him a kafir. You call him a kafir. You call him an animist. That's what the white man told you to call him. Is he a kafir? He is telling you, Allahu nur samawati wal ard. Allah is the light of the heavens and earth. The Zulu is telling you, Kul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan, without using the name Allah. He's telling you this is our concept. And you say he's a kafir, kafir. Astaghfirullah. This is the sickness we have inherited from the white man. I says, get rid of this sickness. Talk to the guy. And nobody, I'm telling you, in the Sudan knows the language of the South. Nobody! I have a crowd like this. I said, how many of you know the name of God Almighty in the Dinka language? Put up your hands. So, 2 guys put up the hands in a crowd of this size. So I said, you are a Dinka? He said, yes. That means he's a convert from Dinka to Islam, so he knows the language. The other guy, I didn't ask him. But in a crowd of this size, only 2 guys knew the name of God Almighty in the language. And you want to win him over. How? You can't even talk his language. This is sickness with our people. You come along from India, Pakistan, Maulvi Sahib, and you stay with us for 50 years, and in 50 years, you don't even learn to say Salam Alaikum to the other man in his language. To the Zulu, you can't say Sagaboana or Sanboana, more than one. That in 50 years, the guy doesn't learn. The white man comes along, and in 3 months, he learns your language, and he challenges you in your language. He preaches to you in your language. He wants to do a job. You don't want to do a job. April 13, Time magazine, get it. You read there, in America, there is a section in America where more languages are spoken than anywhere else in the country. America is supposed to be a uni-language country. English. But there is an area, multiple of languages are spoken. In America, they tell you where. They tell you it is Utah, Salt Lake City. There is another Christian sect called the Mormons. These Mormons, in the Utah University of 28, this Mormon University, there are 28,000 students. Among those 28,000 students, they are learning 38 different languages. You teach that in Islamabad? How many? In Qura? How many? Is there Al-Ain? How many? Come on. Medina University, how many? In that university, they're teaching 38 different languages. So it makes you wonder why. What are they going to do with the 38 different languages? No, they have a mission. Every Mormon gives 2 years of his life for missionary work. Free. That's That's his zakat. That is his zakat. 2 years of his life he gives for missionary work. So now, while they're studying, they said, right, where are you going to go? So one guy say, I want to go to South Africa. What languages they speak? They speak Zulu, Xhosa, Tswana. What else? Well, they also speak English, Afrikaans. That's right, I'll take Afrikaans. I'll talk to the white man. So he's learning Afrikaans. One of the youngest of the world's languages, and a small group of 4 million men, women and children, their language the guy is learning. Second language. No, I'm sorry, the first one in the list you read. Amazing. It says American Sign Language. You see sometimes in the planes, you know, the person is talking and somebody behind is doing like this. He's telling you what the person is talking is for the deaf and the dumb. Sign language. Say American Sign Language number 1. Second one, Afrikaans. Number 2, 3. 38 different languages are listed. Why? They want to do a job. You don't want to do any job. You are satisfied. You Urdu fellow, Urdu and English because we need English to make a living. And Urdu is your mother tongue. Okay. You Arab? Well, Arabic you are satisfied. You want to learn another language? Yeah, maybe say English. They are learning 30 because they want to do a job. You don't want to do any job. There's some, look, men, think, why is this guy doing that? Why is he doing that? Can we learn from him? Can we emulate his example? We don't have you to invent the wheel once more again. Go and look at the enemy, what he's doing, learn from him, and get on from there. So, I don't know, my dear brothers and sisters, I would rather leave myself open to you for questions and answers. There might be so many things that you want to know about Africa in the field of dawah, or about the field of dawah in other places, here in what's happening in the UAE, what's happening in Saudi Arabia, what's happening in Bahrain and Kuwait. What do you want to know where this confrontation is taking place in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Indonesia? I am in the field, and if I don't know, I'll make it my duty to find out for next time. I'm at your disposal entirely. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
Mr. Chairman, with your kind permission, I want to put a question. Please. Recently, I heard a speaker from Tanzania, fortunately he is present here, saying that in Tanzania he is not allowed, he is not free to preach Islam. As soon as he reaches there, he is put behind the bars. In your opinion, is it something good for the Muslim nations to stop preaching of Christianity or other religions? Would you recommend that in Islamic countries at least, where people have the authority to put a ban on preaching other than Islam? They can come and work and take their bread if they want, but no preaching is allowed. Would you recommend that?
Generally, they have an idea about Pakistan. The Christians are boasting that they have perverted more Pakistanis into Christianity since independence than the previous 100 years of British rule. They are boasting that there are so many cities in Pakistan with more than 1 lakh Christians each. Karachi, more than 1 lakh Christians. Lakh means 100,000. More than 1 lakh Christians. Multan, more than 1 lakh Christians. Lahore, more than 1 lakh Christians. Sialkot, with the border with the enemy, more than 2 lakh Christians. And they are saying that there are so many towns and villages in the Punjab, there are more Christians than Muslims. I went and spoke to Junejo. I don't know what he was then, a few years back. To Junejo in Pakistan. I was giving him these facts and figures in his office. So he called his aides and he's telling them, Pakistan to Islam ka kila hai. Usko this is getting cracked. Pakistan is a fortress of Islam and it is getting cracked. And you people are not informing me what's going on. I spoke to Ziaul Haq. Same response. The poor fellow doesn't know what's going on in the country. He didn't know. Now, I personally, I said, now this missionaries coming from the outside, was happening in Nigeria. They get these missionaries, the hot gospel preachers, to come and provoke the Muslims, and the Muslims, because they don't know how to answer, they get